$10,000. That's what this 4-year-old put into the stock market. Today, $355 million. Warren Buffett, 5 million% returns over 60 years. For comparison, that same 10 grand in regular stocks would have made you 2.4 million. Still insane, but Buffett made 150 times more than that. The guy's sitting on $382 billion in cash right now. Still lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,000. Drinks 5 Cokes a day. Drives a regular car. Everyone thinks he's got some secret formula, insider intel, or maybe sold his soul. But his strategy? It's so stupidly simple, it sounds fake. And I'm about to show you exactly how he did it. 5 things. That's all it took. And the last one's going to mess with your head, because he literally tells people not to copy him. So why'd he do it? And why does it work? Let's find out. Picture a tiny snowball at the top of Mount Everest. It takes forever to roll to the very bottom. But imagine the size it'll grow to. Boom. That's Buffett's first secret. Simple enough. It's called compound interest. Your money makes money. Then that money makes money. Then that money makes money. It multiplies on itself forever. Epstein called it the 8th wonder of the world. Or wait, I guess it was Einstein. But whatever. Dude invented relativity or something, so he's probably smart. But here's what kills most people. It takes time. Everyone wants to get rich by Friday. Me too. We've all seen some kid flip millions on an NFT. But no cap, he's so broke now he had to sell his Lambo to pay the bills. Buffett got rich over 60 years. Everyone else was panic selling, day trading, checking their phones every 5 minutes. He just waited. Start early. Add money when you can. Don't touch it. Let time cook. But Buffett didn't figure this out alone. He had a teacher. And their first meeting? Absolute disaster. The guy destroyed him. Young Warren Buffett walks into Benjamin Graham's office. Super eager. Ready to impress. Offers to work for free. Graham looks at him and says, "You're overpriced. Bro got rejected from an unpaid internship. That's like getting fired from a volunteer position." But this Benjamin Graham guy, he literally invented a whole new way of investing. Before him, everyone treated stocks like a casino. Bet on feelings, follow random tips, throw money at whatever was going up that week. Graham said that's for idiots. Investing should be math. His big idea? Buy dollar bills for 50 cents. Wait, what? Okay. Imagine you find a PS5 at a garage sale for 20 bucks. You know it's worth 500. They're asking 20. You buy it, flip it, make bank. That's basically what Graham taught. He called this margin of safety. Buy cheap enough that even if you're wrong about some stuff, you probably still make money. Like buying with a built-in cushion for your inevitable mistakes. Buffett followed this strategy religiously. It worked pretty well. Made decent money. Nothing crazy, but solid. But then Buffett realized something. Graham's strategy was only half right. Because buying cheap companies sounds great until you realize one tiny problem. Cheap companies usually suck for a reason. And that's when everything changed. Buffett kept flipping those vintage NFTs hoping to hit the jackpot. You know where that ends. Then Charlie Munger shows up and says, "This is stupid." Munger flipped the whole script. Why buy okay companies cheap when you can buy great companies at fair prices? Companies that actually grow instead of dying slowly. It's like those side hustle bloggers who chase every new trend versus the ones who build actual valuable businesses. One's constantly hustling for pennies, the other's printing money on autopilot. American Express, 1,964. Huge scandal. Stock crashed. Everyone panic sold. Buffett bought heavy. Made a fortune. New strategy unlocked. Find companies with moats. Like castle moats that keep enemies out. What's a moat? Unfair advantages competitors can't copy. Coca-Cola. People are literally addicted to sugar water and will pay $3 for it at a restaurant. Buffett drinks 5 a day, so he's basically paying himself to get a caffeine fix. That's a power move. Apple created a cult where people will camp outside a store for 3 days to buy a phone that's basically the same as last year's phone. The loyalty is unhinged. Geico figured out they could just fire all the insurance agents and sell direct. Saved a ton of money. Undercut everyone. Genius and kinda savage at the same time. Not about finding the cheapest anymore. It's about finding the best at reasonable prices. That one shift separated Buffett from everyone else. Now he knew what to buy, but the how and when, that's the real sauce. 3 rules. They sound so obvious you'll think I'm lying. But watching people ignore them and lose millions, painful. Rule 1. Only buy what you understand. That's it. Sounds brain-dead obvious, right? Buffett avoided tech stocks for decades. The 90s, early 2000s, everyone was getting rich on dot-com stocks. Amazon, Google, all these companies exploding. Buffett bought nothing. People said he was washed. Too old. Didn't get it. Lost his touch. The media basically wrote him off. Then 2000 hit. Dot-com bubble popped. Everyone lost everything. Meanwhile, Buffett's just sitting there like, told you so, without even having to say it. It's like those people who bought into Luna or FTX because everyone was hyping it up, but they had zero idea how it actually worked. We saw how that ended. He eventually bought Apple in 2016. But only after understanding that iPhones create cult-like loyalty, people will defend their choice of phone like it's a sports team that made sense to him. Rule 2. Hold forever. Actually, forever. Not I'll hold for a few months and see. Decades. This is where compound interest goes nuclear. Remember the snowball on Everest? It needs time to roll. Real numbers. Buffett bought $1.3 billion in Coke stock. Today, it's worth over $25 billion, plus all the dividend checks over the years. Average crypto trader? Checking charts every 15 minutes. Panic selling at every dip. Buying high because of FOMO. Selling low because of fear. It's exhausting just watching them. Buffett just sits. Compound interest does the work. Rule 3. Buy when everyone's scared. Buffett's famous line, be fearful when others are greedy. Greedy when others are fearful. 2008 financial crisis. Everyone's losing their minds. The world's ending. People selling everything. Buffett, shopping spree. Bought everything at massive discounts. This feels wrong because your brain's screaming, sell everything. It's like when crypto crashes 40% in a day and everyone's posting, I'm never financially recovering from this. That's actually when the smart money buys. The flip side matters too. When everyone's euphoric, buying everything, posting their gains on Twitter, convinced they're geniuses and it only goes up, Buffett gets scared and stops buying. Remember when everyone and their mom was buying NFTs of rocks for 6 figures? Or when random dog coins were hitting all-time highs and people were quitting their jobs? That's the greed signal. That's what he's doing now with that $382 billion cash pile. Everything's too expensive. He's waiting for the next crash. So these 3 rules made him legendary. One of the richest people alive. His strategies taught in every business school. But did it always work? That's where this gets really interesting. Warren Buffett, the GOAT of investing, has lost to the regular stock market for the last 20 years. Not making this up, since 1965, he's beaten the market about 2/3 of the time. Great, right? But that means he lost 1/3 of the time. Recent decades actually underperformed a basic index fund. The greatest investor alive couldn't beat the average. But here's the thing about Buffett's mistakes. They're different. He's passed on some of the biggest opportunities ever. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, when they were tiny, just said nah and moved on. We're talking billions left on the table. He's also bought straight-up disasters that went to zero, lost billions on bad bets. But even his worst investment, Berkshire Hathaway itself, a dying textile company he bought out of spite, those shares he got for $7 or $8, now worth over $800,000 each. That's the difference. When Warren fumbles, time still bails him out, because he holds forever. So if Buffett can't consistently beat the market after 60 years of mastering this, what does that mean for regular people? His answer's going to shock you. Don't try to beat the market. Buy an index fund and chill. Dead serious. The guy who turned 10,000 into 355 million says most people should buy the most boring investment possible. In 2008, he bet fancy hedge fund managers that an index fund would beat them over 10 years. They laughed. He won, obviously. The lesson isn't copy Buffett's every move. It's simpler. Start early, invest consistently, be patient. Don't do stupid things. Real example, 10,000 per year in index funds starting in 1,965? You'd have 25 million today. That's from putting in 560,000 total. Compound interest did the other 24.5 million. You don't need genius level IQ. Don't need insider info. Don't even need luck. You just need to not be impatient. Buffett's secret? Patience, discipline, thinking in decades. He made a snowball, found a hill, let it roll for 60 years. Everyone else traded daily, panicked constantly, chased whatever was hot. He existed and waited. The market's not a casino. It's a wealth machine for patient people. Start early. Be consistent. Follow the channel. Leave a comment. Sorry. Be consistent. Be patient. Don't do stupid things. But after doing all that stuff, hit that like button for real. Would love to see you again here next time. Peace.